Now, 10 reasons why they're not going to marry you. So move on with your life. And the first reason they're not going to marry you is because if sex is involved now, so why get married? If sex is, which is intimacy, involved, why get married? Number two, a condom is not a marriage ring, but a pleasurable ring. It is for a one night stand and still standing. A condom is not a marriage ring, though look like it, but a pleasurable ring. It is for a one night stand and still standing. And three, if it been 5 years and they have not asked you the question, would you marry me? It's not going to happen. Let me say it again. If it has been 5 years, or 6, or 7, or 8, then they have not asked you the big question or proposed to you, a proposal to you. Would you marry me? It's not going to happen. Now, 10 reasons why they're not going to marry you. So move on with your life to somebody who wants to marry you rather than having sex or intimacy with you. Are you listening to me? Number 4, you have opened your leg to him the first day. That's why he's not going to marry you. You have opened your legs, meaning you have sex with him the first day. That's why he's not going to marry you. And number 5, if they talk about sex more than the future, they are marrying you for sex, and it's not going to happen. A marriage not going to happen because you just an object rather than a person going to marry until death do you apart. If they talk about sex more than a future, they're not going to marry you for sex is and not going to happen. So it's like saying number 5 is, if they talk about sex more than the future, they're not going to marry you because sex is the only subject that's on their mind. And number 6, if you are sleeping over their house, why get married? You are in the honey and you are seeing the moon and not yet married. So it's like this. If you are sleeping over her house, coming through the back door while parents sleeping, why he's gonna propose to you? Why he's gonna marry you? Because if he's sleeping or you sleeping over his house, why is he gonna get married? You in the honey, you enjoying the honey, and you're seeing the moon. So this marriage not gonna happen. And number 7. Now 10 reasons why they're not gonna marry you. So move on with your life. And number 7, and it's sad, does they show or value you as a person, or you're just a sex object? Does they show or value you as a person, or you're just a sex object to them? Now, these are the questions I'm asking. Why this person not gonna be your spouse, because they having all the treat right now. So why get married? And they say that it's gonna happen, but my friend, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, it not going to happen. So move on with your life and get somebody that you know gonna marry you one day. Cause number one, you're getting too old, and this person been with you for too long, and y'all not talking about marriage. The only thing y'all talk about is sex, and y'all enjoy sex together. So if he or she's enjoying it, why get married? Number 8. Now, 10 reasons why they're not going to marry you. So move on with your life. How much does they value family? How much does they value family? Because being married is you're gonna make a family. Yes, marriage is for production and for pleasure, but it's mostly for production rather than pleasure. And we see people that get married for pleasure and not for production. These things got to be issued on the table first before you say I do. So how much does they value family? How much they interact with their family, their mother, their father, their sister, their brother? Because 10 reasons why they're not going to marry you, my friend. So move on with your life with somebody going to marry you. And number 9. Now this is very important, because on the job they ask you this question also. So I'm going to ask you this question, and this is part of the question in my show, is do they have a Facebook account? Check them out on Facebook. Do they have a Facebook account? Check them out on Facebook. Because if they have a Facebook account, they are flirtatious, and they are talking to somebody else and talking to you also. You become their physicality, and the person become their fantasy. And then they are pulling your leg because you become a sex object to them. So why get married? So number 9 is, do they have a Facebook account? And if they do have a Facebook account, check them out on a Facebook, because Facebook to me is a fake book, is a freak book, it's a fantasy book, it's a pornography book. Amen. It's a devilish book. So 10 reasons why they're not going to marry you. So move on with your life. Why waste your life with somebody that's a deadbeat? Why date somebody that you know they're not going to have a future with you? I mean, they have a fantasy with you. You are a freak to them. You are a freak show to them, and you're just a sex object to them. Why would you waste your life with somebody that's not going to be your future? They are you now, because you're giving them your cookie, you're giving them sex, you're giving them all these things now before you walk down the aisle in your white dress, your veil, and the preacher man say, would you take this person? And you say you do. Now these things are not going to happen, because you already opened the Pandora box. You already take your panties off. You already take your boxer down, and you're having sex right now. So why get married if you're doing these things? Marriage is a ministry. Marriage is commitment. Marriage is being valued as a person. We are fearful. We are wonderfully made. God made you not to be a sex object. God made not to be a fool, but God made you to be wise. So be wise, my friend. Don't waste your time on a deadbeat guy or deadbeat girl, because if she giving it to you, she's giving it to somebody else also. So 10 reasons why this person is not going to marry you. So move on with your life. And number 10, and I'm gone. After I repeat them, I'm gone. And I'm so glad you took the opportunity to listen to this show. Subscribe to my YouTube video. You get a fresh video every day of the Life Journey Show with your host, Theophilus McPherson. So number 10 is God mentioned in their conversation, or are they pagan, an atheist, or a Satan worshiper? These are the questions you got to ask this person, because you don't want to marry a devil. You don't marry an atheist. You don't marry a person that's a witch or a warlock. But you want to marry a person that have God on their conversation. Because a godly person is a good person, a faithful person, a person that value marriage, a person that value you as a person. You don't want to sleep with the dog. You don't want to sleep with the foxes. You want to sleep beside the enemy. But you want to sleep beside somebody that value God in their life. So I'm asking you the question, but you should ask them the question. Or you don't even need to ask them a question, but you need to observe their life as a person. Now, you plan on spending your rest of your life with a person that is an atheist, that a paganistic, that a Satan worshiper, that a person that don't believe in God? Come on. So the last one is God mentioned in the conversation? Or are they a pagan, an atheist, or a Satan worshiper? You don't want to marry a witch, my friend. You don't want to marry a person that don't care nothing about God, but care only about themselves. You're going to marry a person that value life, value you. You're not just a sex object. You're not just to be put on the table and chop up, or put on the table and hump. No, my friend, you are a person. You are a human being, a human sapien. Amen. So I'm saying to you, my friend, these are the questions. These are the questions that you have to ask yourself. If sex is involved, which is number one, you should not get married, or marriage is not going to happen because you are giving it up already. And number two, a condom is not a marriage ring, but a pleasurable ring. It is for a one-night stand and still standing. Number three, if it has been 5 years and they have not asked you the big question, would you marry me? It's not going to happen. And 4, you have opened your leg to him the first day. That's why he's not going to marry you. Number 5, if they have talked about sex more than the future, they are marrying you for sex, and it's not going to happen. And 6, if you are sleeping over their house, why get married? You are in the honey and you are seeing the moon and not be married. 7, does they show or value the person or just a sex object? Do they value as a person or a sex object? And number 8, how much does they value family? And number 9, does they have a Facebook account? Check them out on Facebook. And number 10, and I'm gone. Thank God for you spending the time with me on Life Journey Show. And number 10, is God mentioned in the conversation, or are they a pagan, or atheist, or a Satan worshiper, or a witch? These are the questions, my friend.